After we passed the ICANN initial evaluation, which was very good news for all of us, we're planning the next step to establish a non-profit arm for the project. We call it dotAfrica Foundation. dotAfrica Foundation will be an open, diverse, multi-stakeholder organization. We'll have all the stakeholders in the African internet space involved in the process. Our objective from establishing the dotAfrica Foundation is that it will be the body to oversee and develop policies, manage the project as well, and also use surplus from the dotAfrica project for Pan-African projects. So currently the plan is to focus on 4 areas mainly. We're planning to focus on number 1, registrars, African registrars development, because we have a major issue in terms of growing that business sector in Africa. We have only now 6 African ICANN registrars among almost about 1,000 ICANN accredited registrars. There's a huge gap between Africa and the world in that regard. So we would like to develop that business sector to evolve as well. The second focus for us will be the country code registries development, because we see dotAfrica as a complementary product that's representing the continent, but it will be complementary to the country codes as well. So we will work hand by hand with the African top-level domain organization FTLD to develop African registries. There is lots of work need to be done in that regard. African registries need to open and relax their registration policies, develop registration systems. So that will be also an area we will focus on. The third focus area, we will work on projects for content development in Africa, because we think that dotAfrica could be a driving force for more African content online. So we will use dotAfrica to be a platform to encourage entrepreneurs, young people, innovators to develop content and utilize dotAfrica. The last focus area for us will be general ICT projects. So we will use any surplus as well coming from dotAfrica to work on projects collaboratively with the African Union Commission, with the NEPAD initiative. There's lots of work need to be done in Africa. There's lots of projects required to develop the ICT sector in general in Africa. So this is, in a nutshell, what we're planning to do in the foundation. It's very clearly that we need to develop the business, the domain name business in Africa. Yeah. And we have plans to help in that with different stakeholders and organizations. We believe that we cannot alone just be the driving force in that. It needs to be a collaborative work from different stakeholders, from the governments, from the internet community, the technical community. Up to now, location of that center of excellence has not been decided, but it's already part of our plans for the dotAfrica Foundation to see the business models, how we can collaborate with different stakeholders to achieve the objective, which is developing an African domain names business in Africa. By African, because we need African registrars, we need African content developers, entrepreneurs who can use dotAfrica to do business as well. For the steering committee, I think it was a good celebration that we passed ICANN initial evaluation. We're happy for that. There's some work need to be done. We'll continue our work in terms of preparing for the delegation phase and for the contracting phase of the TLD with ICANN. We'll also start up our marketing awareness campaigns. We already now have a program for pioneers. It's basically trying to bring awareness about dotAfrica and what the benefit dotAfrica could bring to the pioneers in Africa. Those are corporates, those are intellectuals, entrepreneurs, musicians, artists, the different community members in Africa. So we'll continue our work for the next step and hopefully for the launch of dotAfrica. We're very optimistic and hopeful about the uptake of dotAfrica. We think it will be successful. There's standard phases for the launch of any GTLD that include sunrise and land rush registration period, where registration is closed for a specific period for trademark holders and trademark owners, brand owners. So we will fulfill all the requirements, and then we will go for the public registration phase, which is everyone could register dotAfrica through our accredited registrars. So for us to it will be it's very important to have registrars on board ready to serve the registrant or the customers or future customers. We can speculate a number now, but we think that it will be highly successful and people will embrace it because it's for the first time we have our continent have an online identity. So it's a huge opportunity for businesses, for individuals to use that online identity for different purposes for their work.